Yo, what it do, you two? Back with another live stream, man. You had to get shit together. This is a new software I'm working with, man. So this, boy, if I be a little slow, man, this shit is all over the damn place. All over the place. But what's going on with y'all? What's going on, man? What's going on? Yeah, last night, man, I was a little under the weather, so I couldn't make it. But I'm here this morning. I'm here for an early live. So we about to get on the topic, about to get into it, man. We can start with this R. Kelly little recap, man. I know trial going on today, man, but this is shit I supposed to do last night. This is a little recap what happened in trial yesterday. And shit like that. And we got like 3 topics we could get on, man. So let's go ahead and get to it. Go ahead and get to it. Go ahead and get to it.
Accuser Jane. The defense questioned her about voice notes, texts, drugs, sexually explicit situations. But the key question was she forced or coerced into sex acts with other men at the request of Sean Combs? Or was this all consensual? Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber.
Okay, before we get all the way into this shit, everybody already know. It ain't no secret. I don't know why motherfuckers get on here so mad. Oh, Jane she don't supposed to be, if you know her name, you don't supposed to say that, you'll get in trouble and all this. Look here, man, this shit is all over the damn internet. Everybody know who Jane Doe is. So I'm tired of hearing people crying about that shit. Everybody know Jane Doe, a.k.a. 50 Cent baby mama, a.k.a. Daffy Joe. Everybody know who Jane Doe is, man. So come on with the bullshit, man.
Jane, alleged victim 2 in this case, is now facing questioning from the defense after testifying that she performed sex acts with men for Sean Combs' pleasure, including after she claimed she threw up, after she claimed she was exhausted, after she claimed she repeatedly expressed her reluctance to continuing these hotel nights. She testified that she was subject to Combs' physical violence. After all of this, now she is facing questioning from defense attorney
R. Kelly.
And remember why her testimony is so important. Right? It's important for several reasons.
Talk about that shit.
Sex trafficking. She claims that she had sexual relations with men in all different locations. These men were being paid. And if the prosecution can show that she was coerced or forced into these commercial sex acts, that's the key. The prostitution charge. Her testimony that she was transported to different locations for these hotel nights, that the men were paid through Combs, that their travel to these places was paid and arranged through Combs.
See, that right there might fuck Diddy up right there. They go into different holes, money involved, getting paid, going here and there. That's sex trafficking. Now, if he get found guilty on sex trafficking, his ass is done. I think all them other shit, he's straight on. But that sex trafficking shit might be a problem. That shit might be a problem.
That's a more linear way to get to transportation to engage in prostitution. Racketeering conspiracy, the top charge, right? We're talking about an alleged criminal enterprise, criminal association. Well, her testimony arguably supports that by saying that assistants, right, Sean Combs' inner circle, set up these nights, that she was a victim of coerced sexual activity. Sex trafficking is an underlying predicate crime of RICO. And generally, the more the prosecution can show a pattern.
Hey, let me ask y'all if y'all feel like I feel. If all his assistants and shit been involved with this shit, they setting up the room doing this, why the fuck ain't none of them been charged? Why the hell is Diddy on trial by himself? Why the fuck is he on trial by himself? Why the fuck is he on trial by himself? Like his assistant KK, all of them, and he on trial by himself?
Of abuse of women, as they outline in their indictment, that helps with the RICO charge. Hey everybody, this is another Law and Crime legal alert. Recent allegations against the multi-billion-dollar video game industry claim that video game... Who's in the courtroom? Elizabeth, happy birthday. Hope you're having an okay birthday so far. I know it's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work, but that's okay. I'd rather spend it with you guys.
Well, that's very kind. And she was getting a lot of love during our lunchtime show today. Everybody was wishing Elizabeth happy birthday. You can check those out up on YouTube as well. Okay, so before
most
we
definitely.
get into Jane,
They want Diddy bad.
Elizabeth, a lot of questions that we had, particularly on the lunchtime show, was about what's the status of the defense's mistrial motion. Remember, they basically said that witnesses had perjured themselves on the stand. This was entirely prejudicial. The case should be thrown out right now. And also, there was a conversation about whether Dr. Dawn Hughes, this forensic psychologist who testified about the complicated dynamics and relationship between abusers and victims, whether she will be recalled to the stand. She testified earlier for the prosecution. Does she have to be recalled? Those two issues
Diddy's lawyer, they doing a good job, but after all this money that been spent in this trial and shit, Diddy ain't getting no fucking mistrial. Come on, man. The feds want Diddy ass to a fucking stick. Yo, he's not getting no mistrial, man. It's good for his lawyers to try to pull that shit, but nah, they might well throw that mistrial out the window because he's not fucking getting it. He's not.
Give us updates on the mistrial motion and Dr. Dawn Hughes.
Well, after spending an entire day of court, you can kind of possibly guess that the judge did deny that motion for a mistrial, and there was a lot of reasoning behind it. So the defense, as far as the motion being denied, the judge was saying that no interference happened and that the defense was able to undermine the alleged incident, and that being Bonna being allegedly dangled off of the 17-story balcony over at Cassie's condo. And the judge was saying, well, you guys were able to undermine this alleged incident by showing the hotel receipt. And so he said that this isn't fodder for a mistrial, and that the defense can use these exhibits to undermine both Bonna's testimony as well as Cassie's testimony. And so they kind of had more discussions about it, and the defense was like, well, we didn't know what Bonna was going to say while she was on the stand, because a lot of their motion for the mistrial really had to do with Bonna's testimony and how they believed that she had perjured herself after getting an immunity deal to testify for the prosecution. But they being the defense was kind of like, okay, well, the government didn't offer any response to this particular hotel receipt. But then the judge was kind of like, well, Nicole Westmoreland really did have her Perry Mason moment under the cross-examination, and that's not grounds for a mistrial, because they were kind of able to really kind of poke holes into the story that Bonna was testifying to, as opposed to that Trump hotel receipt, which showed that Diddy wasn't even on the West Coast when this alleged incident particularly happened. And then the defense was like, well, Cassie said that she saw this incident happen, but then in the text message she's saying that she saw or she heard about this.
Yo, Cassie is a fucking liar, man. Cassie is a liar. At least the other Jane Doe, at least she, you could tell, at least she goddamn being honest about this shit. Cassie's a goddamn liar. She was with all that shit just to try to be on Diddy's side. Just to try to make Diddy make her the main fucking old lady. All that shit she did, Diddy ain't forced her to do shit she ain't wanted to do. I don't know why she with that shit. I don't believe nothing Cassie talk about, man. Did Diddy beat her ass? Diddy beat the shit out of her? Which is fucked up. I don't condone that shit. It's fucked up Diddy beat her ass. But as far as Diddy making her do shit, making her book up, making her toot her ass in the air for different individuals, that's all Cassie there, man. Trying to please her man. Trying to please her man.
She was told about this incident after the fact, and so the defense says that they wanted to submit a certain instruction to the jury so that way the jurors know that Bonna's testimony was allegedly perjured. But the government was like, well, Bonna's testimony wasn't perjured. She might have been confused. The metadata could have been wrong, because when they were still showing exhibits at this point, you could see the metadata of when Bonna took or was sent photos of her injuries after this alleged incident happened. Those injuries were taken, or at least sent to her on
let's get him to Jane Doe. What happened with Jane Doe yesterday?
Diddy
was,
there's a hotel receipt showing that Diddy was actually here in New York, not in California around this time. But the judge said, well, maybe there's this innocent explanation that this happened 9 years ago. Bonna testified that she was in her early 20s at this point, addicted to drugs, and that this photo could have been taken earlier, it could have been taken later, and that the defense did enough on the cross-examination to really attack the timing of when this alleged incident happened. But the defense was like, well, the government still isn't bringing up this hotel receipt, and Bonna had motivation to lie while on the stand because a proposed instruction was Dr. Dawn Hughes, who was see him after the lunch break. But essentially, the judge was like, okay, well, Dr. Hughes testified about romantic relationships, not employee relationships. to Diddy even
Look at
after.
man. Everybody was fucking Diddy. The hairdresser was fucking Diddy. The fucking driver was fucking Diddy. The assistant was fucking Diddy. The fucking the person that cleaned up the house, I forgot what you call them. They been fucking Diddy. The fucking barber been fucking Diddy. Everybody was fucking Diddy. Everybody was fucking Diddy, man. Diddy was knocking anybody that worked in his house was getting knocked the fuck down. Was it all consensual? Shit, I don't know. I don't know whether it was all consensual or not, but everybody in that house that been fucking with Diddy was getting their ass knocked down, man.
She was kind of terminated from her employment, but also after the allegations that she said that she had against Diddy, where she was saying that Diddy allegedly sexually assaulted and sexually abused her. And so the judge was kind of like, okay, well, that was the government's job to really ask those questions as far as the employee relationships and why people may text their employer after the fact. And so it seemed like the judge gave a win to both sides this morning, either the motion for the mistrial or even the motion to recall Dr. Don Hughes. And so that was kind of what had all happened this morning before the jury entered and before the witness came back on the stand.
That's so specific, right? So you can't just make, I guess the judge is saying, you can't just make a general analysis that any victim abuser relationship, there has to be, if it, she testified about a romantic relationship and the dynamics of a romantic relationship as to explain away some of the behavior of any of the witnesses who've testified. I don't know. Don't want to get down that hole. I do want to talk about Jane. And it seemed the beginning of her cross-examination by Tenny Garagos was about the circumstances that brought her to even be a witness in this trial, right?
Well, right off the bat, Tenny Garagos, very friendly, I felt like, with Jane while she was on the witness stand. You would think that the two were kind of old friends catching up. Obviously, we know that's not the case, but Tenny came out very nice. She wasn't kind of like aggressive necessarily. It wasn't kind of...
Yo, Jane didn't want to be there. If y'all checked out her testimony, what she was talking about and shit, the past week or so, she still loved Diddy. She still loved Diddy. She's still in love with Diddy. The feds making her ass testify about that shit. All that shit Jane Doe did, man, she was with all that shit. Even she said it. I'm trying to please my man. I'm trying to get closer to my man. This and that, this and that. She said that shit herself. And goddamn, and with her and Young Miami, it's like her and Young Miami was competing against each other. She was just like I said, she was jealous. She stayed fucking jealous. Diddy had to get on her ass the numerous of times. Diddy told her from the start they were in an open relationship. An open fucking relationship. Diddy told her. Diddy ain't made Jane Doe did nothing. Yeah, Diddy probably give her the drugs. Say, take this. I'm pretty sure Diddy ain't forced her to take it. But she took it. She did all that shit. She fucked all them niggas for Diddy, like I said. Because Diddy was paying her bills. And she wanted to be Diddy main, just like Cassie. Just like her and Cassie. They wanted to be the main one. She wanted to be the person that Diddy take out on dates and shit, which Diddy never took her out on. Every time Diddy told that bitch they going out to a date, they end up at the hotel. Every time Diddy say, I'm gonna take you out. Every time she get in her feelings mad, she done seen Diddy on the podcast from Young Miami. Diddy and Young Miami on the yacht together and shit like that. She get mad. Every time Diddy say, all right, I'm gonna take you to dinner. They don't end up going to dinner. And Diddy end up taking that bitch to the hotel. Calling one of the entertainers up. All right, book up. Toot that ass up. Crazy.
Brian Steele moment of the cross-examination of Mia, or even the Nicole Westmoreland cross-examination of Vanna, or even
she
Dawn
be getting
Richard.
that bad for real, dog. She be getting
right
that
off
bad.
the bat, the defense was acknowledging or that they had met with Jane specifically just a few times before she later became a government witness, and that they were really kind of putting an emphasis that even though Diddy is currently paying her rent and Diddy is currently paying for the lawyer that she has representing her, that Diddy didn't even interfere, even though he's paying for her attorney, and that Jane was explaining once again to the jurors that she hasn't spoken to Diddy for 8 months prior to taking
Diddy paying for Jane Doe attorney too? I did not know that shit. I didn't know that shit. Like I said, she still love Diddy, man. Like I said, she's up there doing that shit because she got subpoenaed. I'm pretty sure.
Seen him because obviously he's been incarcerated since the last time she saw him, but last time she saw him in person was August of 2024. He was arrested the following month, and she says she hasn't seen him since August of last year. And so the defense was asking Jane about her preparation.
Yeah, I'm trying not to pause this shit so much, but do y'all fucking know that while Diddy was getting investigated for free calls, this nigga was still having free calls with Jane. So while the feds was investigating his ass, this nigga, he still had another freak off. Diddy got to be one of the most dumbest motherfuckers in the world, bro. If you know the feds are investigating you for the shit, why you still having it? That's why I'm saying Diddy had mental problems, man. He had a bad addiction. He had a bad addiction to looking at dicks. Because basically that's what it was, man. Diddy had a bad addiction for looking at dicks. Because like I said, he ain't give two fucks about goddamn the girls, man. Diddy would like watching the dick. Diddy like watching goddamn the girls getting fucked. Y'all remember they said Diddy was goddamn flirting with the shit, telling Jane how big the shit was and all that shit. Man, like Diddy, man, Diddy was on another level, man. Diddy was a wild boy. He a wild boy, man. Like I said, man, the feds was investigating him, and he still was having fucking free calls. Like, how dumb can you get, man? You can't put that free call shit to the side till definitely they trying to get you for sex trafficking and all that shit. You can't stop doing that shit till you get your fucking house in order, your situation in order. Why the fuck you still doing free calls when the feds are investigating you, man? It can't be that, man. It can't be that serious, dog. Something had to put fear in your heart. Like, something should have put fear in your heart. Like, yo, I'm trying to disconnect. I'm trying to disconnect from all this shit that's going on. I ain't trying to fuck with none of this shit. I gotta clean my slate. Y'all get what I'm saying? Clean my slate, goddamn. I ain't trying to have my name mixed up with no freak off, no escorts, no drugs. This motherfucker still be sniffing that goddamn powder. That nigga still be goddamn having freak offs. That nigga still be beating ass. He still be doing all that shit in the above, man. All that shit in the above. Come on, man. Y'all can't tell me that ain't something mentally wrong in that nigga head, man. For real, though.
Examination, and that happened over 2 or so meetings with the government. Jane said that she wasn't the one who went to Homeland Security, that it was federal prosecutors who had called her, and that she didn't want anything to do with HSI. We learned yesterday while she was on the witness stand, still under direct, that HSI on the day of the raids to Diddy's Miami property, as well as
hey, Chad, am I lagging?
HSI actually left a card on Jane's door too. And so then the defense is kind of like, okay, well, you had done a night with an escort even after knowing that he was under investigation. And Jane says yes, and that Jane was given immunity to be a grand jury, or given immunity at the grand jury hearing. And then the defense is like, okay, well, you chose to participate. And Jane is like, well, it was because of my relationship with him and the lifestyle that he introduced me to. Well, you didn't break up with him. This is Tenny Garagos. And then Jane is like, well, of course not. And that they were really kind of talking about whether or not Jane has regret versus resentment versus regret. And that Jane was explaining that she didn't have regret, just a little bit resentment. And so I think for the jurors kind of listening to this, because I even said this yesterday, Jesse, you can feel sometimes while she's testifying that she still has feelings for Sean Combs, but then I think there are also other aspects where she's still kind of processing, and this is something that she testified to, just processing everything that went on throughout the duration of their relationship.
Elizabeth, would I be crazy to say that what I think the defense is doing is not necessarily, and we'll get into this, not necessarily attacking her credibility, that these things happen the same way they were attacking the credibility of, let's say, a Mia or a Brianna Bengolan, trying to say you were never sexually assaulted or you were never dangled off the balcony. But it seems what they're trying to say, and I could be wrong, you're testifying to something, and it's the government who's forcing you to testify. It's the government who's transforming your testimony about what could be a toxic relationship into this racketeering case, into this sex trafficking case. It's not like they're distancing themselves from these episodes occurring. It's not as if they're saying these episodes with other men didn't happen. But to me, it seems what they're saying, they're not even attacking her so much as trying to say, you didn't want to be a part of this. It's the government who's forcing you here. It's the government who's transforming your testimony into this federal charge when it's not. Real quick, do you think I'm totally off with that based on the questioning today? And we'll get more specific about it.
Yeah, not at all. I felt that way kind of at times too, where it was kind of like, okay, do you feel like that, honestly, count 4 really applies to you, or is the government telling you that count 4 really applies to you? Because there were times, Jesse, to be quite honest with you, that I was like, okay, well, it seems that she was totally fine doing these hotel nights as long as she was also getting the love and adoration and affection from her partner, from her lover, from Sean Combs pretty much. And so I wonder, when the jury goes back to eventually deliberate on this case, will they kind of have the same feelings that I think a lot of us were having, where they were kind of like, okay, do you feel that you are a sex trafficking victim, or is this something the government is telling that you are? And so it could go kind of either way. We'll see.
Yeah, that's 100% true. And I understand, the Cross really focused on, and not surprising here, a lot about the love in the relationship and how she wanted to cuddle next to him and she wanted to be with him and essentially do all these things. And even voice notes were played to show the loving relationship, right? Talk to us about that, because it might be difficult for a jury to reconcile that he is a sex trafficker and she's a victim based on our common understanding or general understanding of what those roles might be, versus the love in this relationship, right? Didn't they focus upon that at the beginning of her cross, the love and the voice?
She never, like I said, she never been a victim. She never been a victim. She's never been a victim. Even she said it. Like like, I'm not taking it away from her. She actually loved Diddy. And I don't know if that's why 50 Cent was so mad. Cause like 50 Cent knew what the fuck was going on. He knew, cause he be calling her my little sex worker or some shit like that a while back. So he been knew, man. I don't know if that's the reason why 50 Cent was mad at Diddy. But y'all can't call him a chumper, cause at the end of the day, man, that's still his baby mama, man. That's his little boy mama. So I guess, he probably felt a certain type of way about that shit, man. But she really, you know what I'm saying? She really had fucked with Diddy hard, though. Y'all can't tell all that bullshit she been going through with that motherfucker?
No, it's what happened there.
Yeah, well, Jane was explaining that there was a lot of kind of blurred lines in terms of her emotions, and that she just wanted to fulfill her duties as a partner to Sean Combs. And so the defense was really kind of talking, to your point, like Jesse, just about the love that Jane had for Sean Combs, aka Diddy, and just why she kept staying throughout the 3 or so years of their relationship, and that she kept on even doing these hotel nights, because of the money, even during the later years where she was kind of expressing that she didn't want to be doing them anymore, and this was all that she was worth. But as far as even that, when they were recalling that Jane would, put on Diddy's favorite show, which so happens to be Dateline. Unfortunately, I was waiting to hear that it might have been Sidebar presented by Jesse Weber, but unfortunately it was Dateline. And that Diddy was smiling as Jane was talking about doing foot rubs on him. And I thought it was an interesting kind of moment where he just kind of, took the mask off a little bit and was smiling just about that particular part of the testimony. But then, we started kind of getting into the exhibits as far as the voice notes goes, because this is a very, was a very current relationship. So there was a lot of text shown, and there was a lot of voice notes shown, because that's what a lot of people do nowadays, as opposed to texting or calling. They send voice notes to one another. And so they kind of took us back a little bit to their Turks and Caicos trip when they two first kind of got together. And so we heard an exhibit, and it's a voice note from Diddy to Jane, where Diddy is saying, "Hey baby, we had a great time. You are the crack pipe." And the crack pipe was kind of in reference to I guess their
see Diddy, man, Diddy a fool. See, Diddy know how to Diddy know how to ice him up to get him to do the freak off. Diddy's a fool, man. Diddy will come with that love shit. He'll love bomb the shit out of him. Diddy will love bomb the shit out of the ass and fuck around, and later on that night they be goddamn getting their ass smacked by a goddamn escort. Diddy love bomb the shit out of yo. Diddy is a wild boy, man. I'm telling you, man. Money will make, not all women, but money will make some women goddamn do anything just to goddamn be next to that person and goddamn do anything for that person. Anything he say, they'll do for that money, man. Money, man. Like they say, money make me come like for real. Like money, but money make them bitches do all type of shit, boy. That's crazy. Like, y'all gotta understand, man. Jane Doe, she was like 34 years old when she started fucking with Diddy. So you trying to say me a grown ass woman? A man could tell a grown ass woman what to do for money, but it's money. It's the money situation, man. Ain't no way in hell you can coerce a grown ass woman this age to fuck 4 people a night, 4 different motherfuckers. They don't got to use no type of rubber or nothing. They weren't using no rubber. Diddy say he ain't like rubbers. Diddy say he want Diddy telling this grown ass bitch, nah, I don't like rubber. She said, what a condom at? Diddy looking at her screen like Diddy want to stick her ass or some shit. Rubber? What the fuck you ask me for rubber for? We ain't using no rubber. So you trying to tell me Diddy got a grown ass 34-year-old saying, nah, ain't no rubbers being used. Nah, you got to fuck this nigga. Nah, you got to fuck the next nigga. Come on, man. Come on. Money run the world. Nah, money run the world for real though. For real. Money run that shit, man. Cause without the fame and the money, you think she would have did that shit for Diddy? A regular nigga like myself, in the majority of the world, a regular motherfucker that's not a fucking billionaire shit. You think we can make a fucking female fuck 4 niggas at one night? Real talk though. Y'all think that shit? Hell nah. I mean, you might catch a few that you can probably run a train or this shit like that. You might catch a few of them, but as far as like having this motherfucker take goddamn all type of drugs and having the motherfucker freak offs and all, man, nah, a regular motherfucker, we can't do no shit like that. We can't afford to do no shit like that. So that whole situation is crazy, man. I don't think this should be he should have no sex trafficking charge, man. But he can get it, because like I said, he was traveling. He was paying money. He had escorts traveling from goddamn state to state, from California to fucking New York. And I think they went somewhere else because Jane Doe, to ask him, buddy, Diddy made Jane Doe call an escort and ask him, do he have a passport? So, yeah, it can be true. I don't think it should, but, yeah, it's most definitely they could turn it into a sex trafficking. I don't think he should be found guilty in that shit, because like I say, everybody was a willing participant. You know what I'm saying? So we see how that shit gonna go.
Making essentially. And that Diddy was saying, okay, stay in the light. It was so much effing fun. Get in your bag. And the get in your bag comment, according to Jane, was kind of acknowledging that love contract where they had like a gentleman's agreement for him to pretty much pay for her rent. And so then we hear a voice note from Jane to Diddy where she's like, I love being up under you. Stay in the light. We'll have a big celebration for you. A whole new level was unlocked. I've been closer to you. I'm so happy. I hope you have an amazing day today. Health is wealth. I love you so much. Moi, yay to your contract. And that contract that she was referring to was the love contract. And so it seemed like we were kind of hearing a lot of other voice notes where Jane was kind of expressing her love to Diddy, and Diddy was kind of expressing his love back to her, as opposed to yesterday under the direct, where really the prosecution was kind of showing the more kind of aggressive voice notes where Diddy was telling her to get out of her feelings and that he's single, all of that stuff. But as far as today goes, the defense really kind of was like, okay, well, there was love there. Yeah. You two were expressing love with one another, and you seemed comfortable expressing your love with your partner at the time.
I think yesterday it seemed what they were trying to say is, oh, this is examples of Sean Combs being manipulative, coercive, deceptive, these subtle elements for sex trafficking. Is it a stretch? I don't know. I will tell you, a big focus has been made about what he's been paying her, right? Getting her gifts, giving her cash, and paying her rent. Particularly since we learned yesterday that he's apparently still paying her rent. Where it becomes the sex trafficking component is, was he dangling it over her head, right? Financial control. I'm controlling you. You have to do what I want. There was a back and forth today about whether, in fact, he was actually
that might get him
threatening
too.
to withhold
That might
rent,
get him too.
right? And if he was,
that might get
that
him too.
could help the prosecution's case to say, oh, he's using that to get what he wants. Was that clarified today?
So yeah, at first, the defense was really kind of talking about the positives of the relationship with Diddy, and that Diddy gave Jane confidence, that he showed her a different perspective and introduced her to gospel, and they would put gospel sermons on television. They would send gospel sermons to one another, and that I felt like the defense was kind of trying to point out just that Diddy's kind of more gospel side as opposed to the other stuff that we're listening to in court. And then they kind of got into the businesses that Jane had for herself, where Jane was explaining that she has a swimwear line, she has a dress line, she has other businesses, but that Diddy also invested in her businesses. $20,000 he put into her dress line on top of the other funds that he was paying for her, including her rent later on, including just other aspects, and on top of that, gifts that she was getting. And so Jane was explaining that she has kind of this minimal style dress line, and Tinny Garagos was like, so you went from content creation to apparel, and Jane was like, well, the apparel needed a lot out of me, and I was doing a lot with Sean Combs around this time. Tinny Garagos is like, well, how much did you make from your influencer creation? And Jane was like, well, if I book 2 brands, that would be $50,000, which in influencer terms, maybe it's not a lot of money. To me, it's an extremely amount of money just to kind of post content for 2 different brands, and whether that be photos or videos or that type of stuff. It seemed like the defense was kind of like, okay, well, you can make $50,000 in this particular instance. And according to your testimony where you're saying Diddy's paying, and I'm just kind of paraphrasing here, the defense didn't really get into it, but I'm thinking in terms of if she's getting $10,000 for her rent alone, this $50,000 from a brand deal would pretty much pay 5 months of rent. And so, Tinny Garagos is like, well, you're also getting...
Fuck that. Look here, man. She need to get a job. Get a fucking job. Like, you got a whole kid and you dependent on somebody else to goddamn pay your fucking bills. Bitch, get a job. That's the problem. She be doing like, you trying to tell me you don't want to get a job. You have to go sell some ass to goddamn have Diddy make you do all of these guys. I mean, and if you want to sell your ass, that's cool, man. That's what you want to do. But you been fucking 4 niggas a night. 4 niggas a night. Diddy had you doing all that shit because you don't want to get no job. Man, go get a fucking job. Shit. You already getting child support from 50 Cent. I think she be getting like, what, $8,000 a month? Yo, if you making $8,000 a month, man, and you can't afford to keep your shit up, man, you gotta downgrade. You can't live over your means. Shit, you gotta downgrade. Get a job and downgrade. Get a job and downgrade. $8,000 is a lot to me. A month, a lot to me. You gotta downgrade, man. You shouldn't have to go goddamn do all these freak offs fucking with Diddy. Diddy having you losing your goddamn mind. Cause goddamn, you wanna live beyond your means. Go get a fucking job, bitch. Fuck that, get a job. And I know it's hard to say because she been fucking with 50, so she supposed to be model. Everybody that goddamn, every female is a model. But yeah, she fucking with 50, man. 50 probably having her doing this, doing that, doing all type of shit, man. But you ain't fucking with 50 no more. Goddamn, go get your own shit. Go work for some shit. Depending on why you a grown ass woman, you gotta depend on the next man. Come on, it's crazy.
Support, right? And Jane was like, yeah, $5,700. And it seemed like, yeah, this defense was definitely pointing out she's making other income as far as brand deals, as far as child support goes, that she really didn't need the financial payments that she was getting from Sean Combs. And then they kind of got into her OnlyFans page where Jane was saying that Diddy didn't want her to be a part of something that was frowned upon because of the stigma that comes with OnlyFans. And Jane was saying that she joined the website because she needed the money. She needed it financially. During her direct testimony, she was explaining that she maxed out a few credit cards because she went into
did y'all hear that shit? Diddy didn't want her to be on OnlyFans. He didn't want that type of stigma, but he rather her go goddamn fuck niggas all night. Man. Diddy be running so much game on this damn dumbass goddamn bitch is ridiculous. Like, what sense does that make? Nah, I don't want you to have no OnlyFans. I don't like the stigma on that shit, but hell, I want you to go fuck these 4 niggas a night though. Yo, this shit is crazy.
And I think
Diddy
the
is
defense is kind of
crazy.
like, okay, but you're making all of this money. Are you spending it frivolously? Are you living within your means? And then
That's
James,
what I'm saying.
you
Diddy
know,
ain't
after
want
saying
her
that
to
she
have
joined the website,
OnlyFans,
she
but
needed
he
the money
want her to go fuck
financially.
all these niggas
The
at night.
defense kind of pointed out that Diddy was proud that she
Hey, am I
joined
lagging?
OnlyFans,
Am I
that
lagging?
she was proud that she was making her own money because OnlyFans was a pretty lucrative business, and still to some influencers or creators on that app still is a lucrative business. And so Tenny Garagos is like, well, you didn't need his permission or approval, and Jane was explaining that she wanted his approval. And I think that kind of makes the difference a little bit sometimes too, Jesse, between the difference of Cassie's testimony versus Jane's testimony, where Jane kind of, while she's on the stand, seems like she really just wanted Diddy's approval over just
Same
every
with
aspect
Cassie.
of her life.
Same
Whereas
with Cassie.
under Cassie's testimony, it seemed like the approval that she had to get kind of put her kind of in a stranglehold in a sense, where she felt like she had to get or she felt like Combs wouldn't do anything without the approval, whereas Jane was like, well, I need his approval to do these things. And the defense is kind of like, well, did you need the approval? But I think the defense kind of did a good job here, really kind of being like, okay, there's a lot of money just kind of floating around from all these other deals and lines and apparel that you have, but you needed this money from Combs because
Yeah, it's all about control. It's all about control. The more that the prosecution can establish that he was controlling their financial livelihood, their appearance, whether or not they were seeing other people, that goes to the idea of fraud or coercion, maybe even force for sex trafficking. And it's kind of a gray area now. And speaking of that, because the defense has been very keen to characterize these relationships not as one of a sex trafficker and victim, but these are toxic relationships built on love and jealousy and anger. And you put aside the idea of freak-offs and hotel nights, which everybody might not be familiar with or engage in anything like that, that these are common elements, and maybe even violent elements that are unfortunate, but common elements we see in relationships. And the jealousy aspect of it came up a lot, right? The jealousy that she might have been upset or reluctant to engage in these hotel nights, not because she was a victim of sex trafficking, but wasn't it that, I don't want to be a part of this if you're seeing somebody else on the side, or I'm not being treated like other girls on the other girls, right? I mean, didn't that come up? Jealousy was a big factor in the cross-examination.
That was her main thing.
Yeah,
man.
it took up a pretty good chunk of the cross-exam this morning. And so while Jane was testifying under direct, she did testify that Diddy kind of explained that the two had an open relationship and that she was fine initially with him seeing other women. But then Jane, while under cross-examination, was saying that Diddy described himself as polyamorous, and that she said at first it was something that I didn't mind, but then as feelings grew pretty deeper, that she said it was hard for me, the treatment. And so Jane was saying that she.
That's part of everything, man. You can tell a female. You could tell a female that at first, well, I don't want to be in a relationship, man. We just fucking around and shit like that. But eventually the female gonna catch feelings. They gonna want you to stop fucking with all these other bitches and just deal with them. And that's with everybody. That's with a normal motherfucker, man. But like I said, when it comes to the jealousy part, she was jealous like a motherfucker. She was there, and definitely with Young Miami. And I wonder if Young Miami was doing freak offs too. Y'all don't wonder that shit? I wonder if she was doing it, man. Cause that's the way if y'all don't realize, that's the only way Diddy can get off. Diddy can't get off by just fucking them. Diddy got to see them get fucked by another nigga. That's the only way he can get off. So I wonder if he in Miami, ass in the air too, having somebody else beating her down. Yeah. I wonder though. I wonder if he had Young Miami doing that shit. I know eventually some shit gonna come out by that shit, man. It had to be though. That's the only way he can get his rocks off, by doing that shit there. I'm about to wrap this shit up with
say the nicest things about the other women that Diddy was seeing, that she had called them hoes and just not so nice things, and that she admitted she was jealous. They brought up one particular relationship, and that was with Carisha, aka Young Miami, where Jane was explaining that Young Miami bothered her because Diddy was so public with her. And we even think back to around that time frame, which it was pretty true. I thought that, honestly, Young Miami and Diddy were in a monogamous relationship together. They were always together. He had come onto her podcast, and then he took her to the Met Gala, and the two seemed like they were in a really loving relationship. But according
Yeah, yo, and that's how done this goddamn lady is. She 30-some years old. She see Diddy taking these bitches all over the place and shit like that. And you still let this man make you do freak offs. This man is still making you do freak offs. There ain't nobody fault but hers. It's trying to, like I said, trying to keep Diddy on her side, cause Diddy can keep paying her fucking bills. And goddamn, just trying to be the main one. That made any woman jealous when it goddamn. You taking you would take this bitch out here to a yacht. You would fly her places, but shit, you taking me to a hotel room. You know what I'm saying? You taking me to get fucked by other niggas. Like, come on, man. That shit open your eyes right there. This motherfucker don't give a fuck. I mean, he using you to get for his goddamn desires, but he won't take you. He won't take you to a movie. You know what I'm saying? He won't take you to a dinner. Every time he say he taking you to a dinner, y'all end up at a hotel. Y'all don't even go to dinner. Y'all go to a hotel, straight to the hotel. Come on, man. Y'all got to understand, man. This is a grown-ass 34-year-old woman when this shit happened. There's no fucking excuses. She got to take some type of accountability. She got to take some type of accountability. No excuse. Take some accountability and get your ass a job. Like, Diddy still paying for a lawyer. She said Diddy still paying for her bills. Come on, man. That's why she really loves the nigga, though. Because the nigga had the money to goddamn take care of. Like I said, a regular nigga, if Diddy was a normal motherfucker, nah, ain't none of this shit be going on. None of this shit be going on. Chat, none of this shit be going on.
She was kind of in the shadows around this time period. And so she was saying that Diddy was so public with Young Miami, and it made it seem like the two, those being Young Miami and Diddy, were monogamous together. And she said, I didn't sign up to be in a relationship with someone who was public with someone else.
What you talking? Diddy already told this bitch 1,000 times they in an open relationship.
Which is
the fuck is he talking about?
Very expensive car. And Jane said that she wanted something nice as well. And then the defense was kind of like, okay, well, you were jealous of Diddy and his other women, but Diddy was kind of jealous of you too. And the defense brought up Bear, and that's the man who Jane had met previously, but after she and Diddy had like an off period, Bear sent Jane $9,000, and that Diddy was pretty upset about it and was jealous about it. And so it seemed like, you know, just like Cassie's testimony, there was jealousy aspects in their relationship. They brought up Gina also in Jane's testimony too. And so it seemed like there was kind of like a little trickle effect of just, you know, the bottom line being that Diddy was seeing other women. Maybe when he was with Cassie, wasn't telling her that he was seeing other women, but he told Jane specifically he was seeing other women. And so it seemed like that was kind of a big point as far as Jane was concerned, as far as why was she having to go out and book the entertainers and do these hotel nights when he's over doing other things and social media with another woman.
You gotta do it because Diddy tell you to do it.
On top of just Young Miami, there were other women that were listed too that Diddy was seeing all around the same time.
Toot it up.
Prosecution could say, oh, you know, this is an example of his manipulation. He was leading these women on to get what he wanted. The defense could say he's a cheater, right? Doesn't make him a sex trafficker. They also focused on Combs' drug use.
Yeah.
And I couldn't tell if the defense was trying to excuse some of his behavior or offer, I wouldn't even say a defense, but they did put an emphasis.
That's enough. So basically that would happen yesterday, man. Basically, man, you know, that's a little recap. That's all I'm gonna do anyway. So basically she got the defense, she got back on there. The defense went out there and shit like that. And as you can see, she still love Diddy, man. So I don't understand how that's the prosecution witness, because it wasn't that bad. Her testimony wasn't that bad against Diddy. It wasn't that bad for real. It really wasn't that bad. But yeah, next topic. I have more, because I'm gonna actually read that shit later on, but what happened. It was like a little recap, because trial going on right now, so I don't want to read what happened yesterday. That's why I played the video. just to tell y'all what the fuck happened. Whoever didn't catch it. Whoever didn't catch it. But yeah, let's talk about these YouTubers. These ops YouTubers. Like, it's crazy. Like, YouTubers got ops and shit like that. It's crazy, man. This shit is going insane. But yeah, over the weekend, I think Saturday night or whatever, this YouTuber and his wife went to Las Vegas and got killed by another YouTuber. I don't know much about this like this. I'm still, I looked at it a little bit, but I don't know. I don't know much about it that much. But I'm gonna pull up the video when it happens, and hopefully I don't get flagged. I shouldn't, because it's not showing no gun. It's not really showing nothing like that. When people actually getting killed, it's showing you can hear the shots and shit like that, but it's not really showing much. So I'm thinking I'm straight. I'm hoping I'm straight on this shit. I'm hoping I should be straight. But they flag me, I'm gonna be pissed the fuck off. I'm gonna be pissed off if they flag me though. I'm gonna be pissed off if they flag me. I ain't gonna lie to you. Alright. I'm about to play that shit right here with this.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I don't know if y'all could see that or not. I'm gonna make it bigger though. Okay, that's what they say that he shot her, and that's where the phone dropped right there. Yeah, the YouTuber and his wife end up getting killed, man, over some straight YouTube beef. Yeah, it's crazy. They beefing. It's some YouTube shit. You done went to Las Vegas and lost your life over some YouTube beef is insane, man. It's insane. Over some YouTube beef. So they be going. It's him. I think it's called Lenny the damn, what's his name? I'm about to pull the shit up. Cause like I said, I don't know much about the shit. I don't know much about the shit either, man. But I just seen it going around. I tried to catch a little bit of it. I tried to catch a little bit of the shit. Yeah, Finney the Legend.
Las Vegas. Fox 5 News starts now.
The man accused of shooting and killing 2 people on the Las Vegas Strip will stay behind bars for now. Today, a judge ordered Manuel Ruiz held without bail.
Ruiz had his first appearance in court since turning himself in to Henderson police on Monday. We have also learned the names of the 2 victims, Rodney Finley and his wife Tanisha. They were killed by the Bellagio fountain on Sunday.
And Fox 5's Victoria Saha has learned more about what he told police after he surrendered. Victoria.
Ruiz claims it was all done in self-defense. That's according to this arrest report. But police say the video circulating on social media shows a different story, and it played a big role in his arrest. But we're also learning both Ruiz and Rodney were 2 YouTubers who were live streaming at the same time when the shooting happened.
We were arrested for 2 counts of open murder and use of a deadly weapon.
Manuel Ruiz faced a judge Tuesday with not much to say. A big difference compared to what this viral live stream allegedly shows. This video taken by victim Rodney Finley and his wife Tanisha. Rodney is known as Finny the Legend on YouTube, and Ruiz is known as Sin City Manny. According to the arrest report, both Rodney and Ruiz were live streaming from Las Vegas Boulevard Sunday night. A viewer watching the live stream said he saw comments from others who were also watching Manny's YouTube live stream. The comments stated that Manny was across the street at the Paris Hotel and was looking for Finny. About 5 minutes later, the viewer sees Manny appear on Finny's live stream and saw Manny pull a gun from his waistband. He tells investigators he shot Rodney in self-defense. Moments later, you see Tanisha panicking and grabbing the camera her husband had set up, and then the gun is turned on Tanisha. Ruiz tells police he saw a shiny black object in her hand, which he believed to be a firearm. He said he shot 2 times at her. Police say Ruiz ran away to the Paris Hotel where he removed his hat and shirt. Later, it was Ruiz's wife who approached police, telling them she believed her husband just shot someone. Ruiz was arrested nearly 12 hours later when he walked into a Henderson police station after a friend convinced him to turn himself in. In the arrest report, Ruiz claims Finny posts content talking negatively about his wife and kids. Police say Ruiz was adamant he shot in self-defense. He insisted he did not know Finny and his girl were live streaming from that location. He denied ever making any threats toward Finny. And we're also learning Rodney and Ruiz had an altercation on Fremont Street recently, but the report doesn't exactly say when that was. Ruiz is back in court Thursday.
All right, man. So basically, this nigga and his wife, this man and his wife, this man was talking so much shit to this man. Like, all his YouTube, I'm trying to pull a YouTube up. All his videos on YouTube, he talking about this man right here on all his videos. Then I heard something about they got it. Buddy got his channel scrapped about 2 times and shit like that. So shit, Buddy losing money. He losing money. So he been talking shit and gonna take his ass over there to Las Vegas to this man's hometown, live screaming, and Buddy caught up with him. Man. It's sad situation, man. It's a sad situation. What? Finny. Oh, that's why. That's why they won't pull up his goddamn. That was the right page. That was it. Man, why the shit won't pull up his page? I don't know. Right here. All right, this the man page right here. It's crazy. All his videos, he talk about Manny. Buddy that killed them was Manny. All his videos, he talk about this nigga. Like it can't never be that serious, man. It can't never be that serious. This is crazy, man. Sin City family, Sin City Manny. Like, it's like all his lives, that's all he doing is talking about him, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. You gotta be aware of your surroundings, man. You can't, I hate this shit for him, man. You can't, and I know a lot of people ain't gonna like this shit, man. 'Cause you know a lot of people like him and shit. Which you probably, I ain't never check out none of his videos. I just heard about it when the situation happened. But when I'm looking at, you never know what somebody might do, dog. You never know what somebody might do. So you doing all this talking and shit like that, and then your wife done got involved. You should not have your wife around none of that bullshit. Your wife, I heard your wife your wife started a confrontation with him first, got in his face, and something about pepper spray and shit like this. So this is not the first time them actually being with each other. Cause I heard the wife started it first. Whether it's true or not, man, a woman should never be involved in a nigga beef. Y'all understand what I'm saying, chat? A woman should never be involved in a nigga beef. Never should. She had no right to be involved with that shit. Cause her and that Manny dude was going back and forth too. So y'all done went over there, live screaming like it's all good. Y'all been live screaming like it's all good. And then Buddy caught up with y'all. Y'all, you can't do that. You can't do shit like that. Then I see the video with the Manny dude. He riding around looking. He was telling him the whole time that he looking for him. The whole time. So what y'all think about that, chat? Y'all know y'all don't supposed to have no women involved with no nigga beef, man. She shouldn't even have insert her into that shit. That's probably why he killed her too, though. He had want both of them.
Like this is just gonna be like a fine tap in the wrist, you know what I mean? It'll be quick, you know. And as far as like Fremont, Fremont will have to understand that in this case it was not like an attack, like, you know what I mean? Like, come on, man. They gotta see the big picture. But anyways, and guys, I ain't gonna blame nobody. I ain't gonna blame my best friend for it. I'll go and do my time, or whatever it is, I'll take care of it, you know?
All right, let's get into part 2 of this video, breaking down the background of the Sin City feud that's had the YouTube streets buzzing. Based on what I found, this whole beef actually started offline in real life before it ever made its way to social media. So here's what happened. Finny the Legend and his wife, known online as Bubbly, were in Las Vegas. While they were casually streaming and recording their trip, they happened to pass by a street performance. And that's where they encountered Sin City Mannywise, who's known for performing in costume along the strip. Now, here's the twist. Bubbly was filming the surroundings, and at some point, captured footage of Mannywise performing. Apparently, Mannywise didn't take kindly to being recorded and things escalated quickly. He pushed her phone away mid-recording. That simple act sparked a confrontation.
Y'all see what I'm talking about? Why the hell is she in this man's face like that? Somebody explain that shit to me. Why the fuck is she in this man's face like that? She a whole woman. Like, that's when, as the husband, you should come grab your old lady and say, hey, that's my fault, man. My bad. That's my fault. The man don't want you. You got the camera all in this man's fucking face. The man don't want to be filmed. Back up. Don't... But, you know what I'm saying? That attitude probably kicked in. She felt like she was on top. It looked like she big. It looked like she bigger than the motherfucker. That motherfucker looked like he loves shit. As a man, you supposed to go over there and grab your wife and be like, hey, man, but I apologize, this and that. But 9 times out of 10, they at Las Vegas. They got them drinks. They done had them drinks and shit. Shit got out of hand. But as a wife, man, as a wife, you can't, I don't give a damn how big the man is. You can't goddamn just run up on a man. I ain't gonna lie, women ain't scared of shit. They think they can beat everybody else. That's what I'm saying. You can't do that. Like I say, as the husband, you should go over there and pull your wife and be like, hey man, that's my bad. But But he said he don't want to be filming. As for the video, it looked like shit. It looked like she's still in the man's face, trying with the camera in his face and shit, going back and forth with him. Can't do no shit like that. But they saying that's how the shit started from shit like that. Little minor, motherfuckers done lost their life over little minor little shit that could have been resolved by you saying, yo, that's my bad, man. My wife kind of got out of hand and shit like that. You know, sometimes you got to be a man about the shit, man. Definitely, motherfuckers shouldn't lose their life over no little simple shit like this. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Oh, she was wilding. Yo. Y'all see she done grabbed the Yo, she was wilding, boy. She throwing water, hitting motherfuckers with the goddamn selfie stick and shit. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, yo, man, sometimes you gotta check your wife, bro. Sometimes you gotta check your wife, bro. See, that's why they say some women would get niggas into shit. Some women, some females will get you into shit that you ain't got no business getting into, but you done got into the bullshit cause they some women don't have no self-control, man. Like, if she ain't never went over there with that in that man's face with that goddamn phone selfie stick and shit, none of this shit would never happen. They probably would have never met. Two YouTubers probably would have never met. They probably wouldn't be getting into it online. None of this shit. She throwing water. She hitting motherfuckers with the stick. She done throw water trying to hit somebody else with the water, but shit, that shit went everywhere. Come on, man. A lot of people don't want to hear this shit because a lot of people fans are offended the truth, but his wife was dead wrong. His wife was dead wrong for that shit. His wife was dead wrong. Can't do nothing but agree with that shit.
According to the videos and reports, things got even worse. Mannywise and his group allegedly pepper sprayed Bubbly right there in public. Shortly after the incident, Finny and Bubbly went live on their channel to tell their story.
I'm not sure what you watched, but then when the witch tried to swing her stick or staff or whatever and tried to hit me. So I understand what you're saying, but you also have to understand. I can sit and I can say whatever I want to. This is America. We have freedom of speech. So I can say what I want to say in your face. But when you put your hands on...
See, that's the problem. See, that's the fucking problem. She felt though like she talking like she ain't did no wrong. Yo, I understand it's America. You got a freedom of speech to say what the fuck you want to. But say that shit from a distance. Don't come in my face, all in my face like you a man, acting like a man in my face, saying all type of bullshit. Yeah, it's a freedom. It's America. You can say what you want to say, but say that shit. Don't say that shit in my face. Don't have that shit. Y'all see how she was all in this man's face? That's what I'm saying, man. Some women need to just sit back and let their man handle shit, man. Cause that Manny, whatever his dude, not Manny, but Finny. That Finny dude could have come over there and said, all right, we been drinking, my bad. My bad, we was drinking, man. My wife a little out of control. And that shit could have been nipped in the butt right there. It could have been nipped in the butt. But shit, like how she talking, man. She talking like she ain't did no fucking wrong, man. No wrong. It's fucking crazy.
Or when you spray something on me, that's when we have a problem. So what you're saying is fine. I don't have any problem with what you're saying, and you absolutely have a right to feel the way that you feel and to believe what you believe. I don't have any problem with that. But I certainly think that when you put your hands on me, that's where I have a problem, and that's where I draw the line. And then when you spray something on me, then that's where I draw the line. In addition, my other problem is you're out here videoing people and you're not asking people if they are allowing you to video them. So when somebody videos you, then you're upset about the situation. Yeah, I'm kind of taking a little bit of issue with that, Jasmine. Like, I don't think that you don't necessarily know me. And again, I appreciate your perspective. You are right that I did go into the situation. Absolutely right. But I certainly think that if I come to you and I say something about you, you still don't have the right to put your hands on me. I think that's where we need to draw the line. And if you think that that's okay, all right, girl, that's what you think.
And that moment marked a turning point. Their channel began to gain major traction as more and more people tuned in. Why? Because apparently many others had also had issues with ManiWise, and this incident gave them a voice and a platform to speak out. Support for Finny grew, and so did the drama. As their views and subscribers climbed, so did their confidence, leading to regular weekly live streams where they didn't hold back. These streams quickly turned into sessions filled with verbal attacks, mockery, and insults aimed at ManiWise, his crew, and even his family. What started as a heated moment on the Vegas Strip soon spiraled into something much bigger and much darker. The feud between Finny the Legend and Sin City ManiWise didn't just stay on YouTube. It became personal, real-world personal. As tensions rose and both sides gained traction online, the drama spilled into the streets of Las Vegas. Multiple in-person confrontations took place.
The thing about it, bro, is after seeing him being right next to him, I am way bigger than him, man. Like, I really don't know. Like, unless he was able to, like, it was his best chance. Like, even if he revved up, like, say we was really fighting, we squared up. Like, even if he revved up, like, he can't even, like, if he wanted to hit me in my jaw, like, it would be so hard.
So what it was, man, that I'm seeing, that when I'm taking from it, is that they got it in his wife. Like I said, I hate it for Buddy, man, because you know what I'm saying. Because at the end of the day, even if his wife started, that's your wife, so you gonna have to goddamn take up for her. You ain't got no choice. Because if you don't take up for your wife, then that make you look like a goddamn bitch. So his wife started this shit. Like I said, I hate that shit from him. But from the beef, they got online and talk about the shit. He started to get more subscribers. He got it, and he don't understand. The motherfuckers coming because they wanna, cause y'all got drama going on. You steady talking about this, man. You steady talking about it. Instead of leaving that shit alone. Hey, hold on. I ain't gonna lie. A woman ain't scared. Okay, I agree. Okay. Instead of leaving that shit alone, y'all don't like each other. He's staying all, I don't know what goddamn Finny them stay at, but Buddy staying all the way in Las Vegas. Instead of just leaving the shit alone, okay, that shit happened in Las Vegas, shit, we back on this and that. Y'all YouTube stop buzzing because of this shit. So every live he made, he was talking about that Manny dude. Then they start going. It seemed like they start going back and forth, getting these channels and strike. Now you striking channels. Now you fucking with the money. The money fucked up. So that's how I'm guessing. That's how Manny look like it. Shit, they talking shit, man. Everybody talking shit against me. Now my money getting fucked up because he done scrapped my channel 2 times. So Buddy, mentally, Buddy probably wasn't. And then you don't know the motherfucker like that. If you don't know somebody like that, mentally, they probably not even all there. You don't know this man, but then you want to go over there and live. You want to go over there and live stream in his city, and at Las Vegas, the Script where he performed, where he be at, he be there all the time. Yo, brave soul, boy, brave soul.
Reach up here, like he's really a small dude, man. Like I get no props, and if we ever do get the lock up, like if I do beat him up, I get no props. Like the only. You being a bisexual man trying to touch me there. I hate that you even keep having to verbally say it, man, because I feel so Yeah, I feel so. Yeah, your mic violated. Your mic is doing the same. Go on camera a lot, whining about haters doing this and haters doing that. Grow up, fool. Shout out to Dominic.
They charged me with assault. The type of assault it is a misdemeanor, which means it's gonna be like a fine or like probation. You know, it's not a serious bodily injury assault. ¿Me entiendes?
These were verbal and physical face-offs, sometimes involving both creators and their loyal supporters. The Sin City streets turned into a stage, but the show wasn't scripted. What made it worse? The power of their platforms. With each side live streaming, narrating, and spinning their version of events, the conflict turned into digital warfare. Soon, it wasn't just about who was right or wrong. It became a battle for control, revenge, and platform dominance. In a move that shocked their audiences, both sides attempted to strike each other's YouTube channels down. Reports flew in that Mannywise camp filed copyright and community guideline complaints against Mannywise content. In retaliation, Finney's side allegedly tried to take down Mannywise live streams, citing harassment, copyrights, and targeted attacks.
Because I got him with 2 strikes right now. This will be the last one right here, and we're in that channel. But I mean, we could just, we don't really care about it. Because it ain't that channel ain't got no traction, but we also get to laugh at, because he finna get the notification tomorrow. We get to laugh at how quick he try to take this other video down. So somebody send me, I just put it in the chat, where he got, what video of mine he got that from, and I get that one too. He gonna get an email tonight about the other one, and that's gonna be a second strike. Yeah, we don't really care if we get him, but if he try to be tough.
Each time a video was flagged, a live stream got removed, or a strike was issued, fans flooded the comments and chats, some cheering, others accusing, and many just there for the chaos. It was clear, this wasn't just YouTube drama anymore. This was a full-blown feud with real-world consequences, real money on the line, and a community watching it all unfold like a digital street fight, week after week.
You can't just be quiet and let, like I said, if you don't speak your side, people will run and believe it as an influencer / you know what I mean? I'm like YouTuber. If somebody that's going to be watched by thousands of people, it's like our image too has to be, backed up and represented, feel me? So even though I'm not spilling out too much, at the same time, I'm making sure to, clear my shit as well as, you know what I mean, let everybody know what it is.
As the Sin City feud unfolded, many viewers took to the comments sections to express their views, not just about the drama, but about the evolution of Mannywise and the so-called Sin City family. One particularly eye-opening comment came from a Gwiz who posted this a year ago under one of Finney the Legend's videos. He wrote, "Imagine there is a group of unrelated people who call themselves a family. They have a leader who says he loves them and will die for the family. They profess that the family has a bond that is sacred and eternal. Members of the family support the leader through donations of money and gifts. He tells the surrounding community the family runs things and to bow down. Some members get tattoos of the leader and they have chapters in other states. They are involved in numerous violent incidents, tagging walls, threatening opposition, and suppressing
see what I'm saying, chat? Yo, this motherfucker, he look like he crazy, man. This motherfucker dressing up, all type of shit. You never know where the person mentality is, man. Damn, I wish they had just let this man the fuck alone. I wish after that Las Vegas incident, I wish he had went back home and just let that shit alone. As channel started to grow, they want them subscribers coming in there for the drama and shit. All right, that's cool. You want to do that? That's cool. But though you can't go to somebody else's city, man, and don't be aware of your surroundings, man. And like it's live streaming like it's all good, because it's not all good to everybody. It's not all good with everybody, man. It's not. It's just not. Everybody, you probably be straight if somebody did that to you, because your mentality is straight. You don't know somebody else's mentality, man. So you can't. And like I said, all because your wife, it's your wife, man. Your wife should have had her ass in check, boy. Man, at the end of the day, y'all females listen to what I'm saying. I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna leave it alone. Y'all are not men. Y'all cannot do shit men do. You cannot do shit men do. A female don't have no right running in a nigga face. No man face at all. If leave that shit to your husband. Leave it to your husband. If you want to do that, leave that shit. You can't. You can't do that shit. Not to everybody. Everybody ain't gonna sit up there and take that bullshit. They're not. They're not gonna do it.
About their dirty deeds. They have a YouTube channel that the family uses to identify themselves and claim to be nothing but love and positivity. That comment alone paints a powerful and controversial image of what the Sin City family has become. A group that promotes unity on the surface, but has allegedly been involved in some very questionable activities behind the scenes. Another commenter at NoCap702_New York 4XZ gave an even deeper breakdown not just of the group but of the channel's transformation over time. They've been a lil sketch on the low since I started watching them. That's what set them apart from all the ho-hum low-effort streamers on Fremont. They're a guilty pleasure, excessive partying, fights, and ogling girls. Manny is the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde of Las Vegas. Weekend Manny, in costume and a few drinks in, is funny and unpredictable. But weekday Manny? Totally different vibe. Slow streams, dodging security with Julie used as a human shield, and repetitive food reviews full of burping and lip smacking. Still, I stayed subscribed for the weekends. Whether you support Sin City Manny-wise or not, these comments reveal just how polarizing his content and his community have become. And that's how a real-life street altercation turned into an online feud.
Well, I sure hope I sure hope I ain't going to the doctor and all this shit for no reason. They told me that if proven guilty, you will have to pay for me.
Yo, that situation.
Get my back checked out. You will have to pay for these doctors. So I'm just hoping this little mini fine or whatever. You know, I just hope I don't have to.
That situation is very unfortunate, man. But like I said, man, you just some shit you can't do, man. That Manny dude, he's a fucked up individual. He is. He ain't had that shit to do. He ain't had to, definitely when it comes to the female, he definitely ain't had to shoot her. But when you don't know motherfucker, you never know what the motherfucker going through, man. You never know. You never know what the motherfucker going through, man. He probably, that day, he probably just was checked out, man. He probably ain't care. He probably ain't care what the fuck was going on. They had to see him. All right, next topic, man. Next topic, man. Y'all know R. Kelly trying to get released. We're going on with this situation, right? We're going on with Kels right here, man. What's going on with Kels? They say they trying to kill Kels up there in prison, man. They say the feds trying to kill Kels up there in prison. How true it is, I don't know. I don't know how true it is. So they trying to get Donald Trump to let him out. Which that shit ain't gonna fucking happen. Kels got so much. R. Kelly got so much goddamn dirt on his name, man. He got dirt. Not always say that, man. Them kids parents that let them kids go to R. Kelly house, they should be locked up too. They ass should be in jail. He shouldn't be the only one in jail. Their parents should be in jail too. But do I think R. Kelly guilty? I think R. Kelly guilty as fuck. Cause I think, like, say for instance, when that video came out, when he messed with that little girl and all that little peeing and shit, I was young as fuck. I had to been, like, I seen the video back in the day. I probably been a damn teenager, probably like 12, 13 maybe. I'm thinking. And that was him in that video. So, and he got off of it. He got off of that charge and got fucked up in other charges. So, did I think R. Kelly did that shit to get his ass locked all that time? Yes, he did it. But do I think R. Kelly should be in that shit by himself? Nah. Their parents should be in that shit too. And that's facts.
Attorneys for singer R. Kelly are asking for his immediate release from prison, claiming that federal officials plotted to have him killed. He is serving a 30-year sentence for racketeering and sex trafficking. In an emergency filing today, his attorneys outlined what they called a cover-up.
These are people who seek to kill Mr. Kelly rather than allow the corrupt criminal conduct of those who manufactured his convictions be exposed.
Their motion alleges that the feds solicited a convicted sex trafficker who was Kelly's cellmate here in Chicago to steal correspondence between Kelly and his attorneys. They further claim the Bureau of Prisons transferred a leader of the white supremacist group to Kelly's prison in North Carolina with instructions to kill Kelly. That leader has a long history of filing lawsuits against the government and the Bureau of Prisons. We have reached out to prison officials and the U.S. Attorney's Office. So far, no response.
So what y'all think, man? I think what I think is, I think Donald Trump ain't fucking with that. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn what going on, boy. He can't fuck with that. He can't fuck with that. He cannot fuck with it. Play this Flacco video, man. Shout out to Flacco. I'm gonna wind this shit.
Even believe what I was seeing. But R. Kelly's attorney held a press conference where he invited multiple news outlets, and he dropped the bombshell that they are accusing prison officials of hiring white supremacists to try to kill R. Kelly.
Attorneys are asking President Donald Trump to release their client immediately, saying prison officials have hired an inmate to murder him. Kelly is serving a 30-year sentence for sexual misconduct at a federal prison in North Carolina. Today, Kelly's legal team filed an emergency motion in Chicago federal court to get him out. They say they have a sworn affidavit from a terminally ill inmate who says prison officials offered him freedom in his final days in exchange for Kelly's murder.
There have been discussions not only with Michael Stein, but as the motion indicates, we've recently received information from another inmate named Mr. Harris. And Mr. Harris has indicated that he too has been approached by the same lieutenant who's been approaching Michael Stein, and that discussions have been had about poison in the food hall, about poison in the commissary. Discussions with Mr. Stein have been had about stabbings. These are the kinds of methods that have been discussed.
2 prisoners have came forward and confirmed that prison officials attempted to lure them in the conspiracy to murder R. Kelly. R. Kelly and his attorney is also claiming that they're trying to now get him out the paint. They're trying to murder him due to the ongoing investigation and civil suit he has against prison officials. So R. Kelly is uncovering a lot of illegal things that prison officials did during his racketeering case. Now, some of these things could land them in jail. It could very well land them in prison. And this isn't, from my perspective, an investigation where it could possibly find some illegal things. No, this investigation will for sure 100% find illegal activities that prison officials engaged in against R. Kelly. And they're almost for certain gonna go to jail over this.
Attorneys for singer R. Kelly are asking for his immediate release from prison, claiming that federal officials plotted to have him killed. He is serving a 30-year...
Yo, man, the feds always play dirty, man. They always play dirty, man. Most of the time they don't get caught. Sometimes they get caught. It look like they got caught in this shit. But whether they gonna let R. Kelly go or not, like I say, man, R. Kelly got so much dirt on his name, man, till I don't see it. I see them probably moving him to another fucking prison, but that nigga ain't getting out of prison, dog. Like I say, Donald Trump ain't gonna touch this shit. Donald Trump won't touch this shit with a goddamn spoon, with a stick. He won't touch this shit with a stick, boy. He has so many motherfuckers on his ass, it's ridiculous. He would not touch this with a stick, man. I'm telling you. But was the feds involved with this shit, man? They might have, man, look here, man. You can't put nothing past these goddamn folks, boy. They probably was.
Sentence for racketeering and sex trafficking. In an emergency file, a leader
was officially charged with running a criminal organization. It was a racketeering, a RICO case. where his criminal organization conspired and used systems to violate women. The charges when it comes to each victim is pretty much the same across the board. They would accuse R. Kelly of putting together a team and a system that would transport women, and he would solicit them for sexual favors. Some got paid, which is trafficking, and then others, they would claim that R. Kelly will coerce them and force himself upon them, and some they would claim were really young so they couldn't consent, and that's an additional charge. But a racketeering case is very hard to prove, and when the feds looked at their case and they seen that they were trying to call victims from like 2009 and 8, they realized they needed more. They needed to turn one of R. Kelly's active girlfriends against him, because one of the girlfriends, Israel Clary, the feds believed that R. Kelly got with her when she was really young, because they spoke to her family, and the family confirmed that R. Kelly got with her when she was 17, right? I can't say the actual age due to YouTube guidelines, but she was 17 when they got together. So the feds knew that Israel Clary was like a gold mine. If they can get Israel Clary to come to court and testify that R. Kelly coerced her, forced himself upon her, gave her diseases, right? Yo, this is like the perfect textbook victim. Got with R. Kelly at 17, been with R. Kelly for about 5 years now, and R. Kelly kidnapped her at some point. R. Kelly gave her an incurable disease at some point. R. Kelly forced himself upon her. R. Kelly would violate her. They needed to turn Israel Clary against R. Kelly, but she wouldn't budge. When R. Kelly got arrested, she was right by his side. She was even doing interviews with Gil King, defending R. Kelly, telling Gil King that her family was only trying to extort R. Kelly for money, which is why they told the fans that R. Kelly did all those things he did to her.
My parents knew where I've always been for 4 years. They have known. They know that I've been well taken care of.
They never thought you were missing, Azrael. They just were wondering if you were okay.
Well, my parents have actually came to Chicago and seen me a few times. I've talked to them. They stopped answering my calls.
You know what they say? They say that you were brainwashed. I talked to your dad last night. He says, my daughter is brainwashed, and he's very concerned. He said he was here 2 days ago, and you wouldn't even look him in the eye.
Okay, I wouldn't look him in the eye because he's a liar, and he's a manipulative liar.
I'll tell you why they're concerned, Azrael, because they say she's 17. We found text messages that indicated that she was having sex with R. Kelly when she was 17. Is that true?
No, that is a lie. That is a lie. I was not having sex with him at 17.
Why would they want to lie about you, their daughter?
Okay, so when I first met Robert, my parents told me to lie about my age. So when I met him, he thought that I was 18. On top of that, when I was 17, my parents were actually making me, trying to get me to take photos with him, take actual videos with him, all kinds of stuff.
Wait. Your parents encouraged you to do videos with R. Kelly?
Yes.
And that shit I believe. I believe that shit. That's what I say. The parents should be locked up with R. Kelly, man. Because do I believe R. Kelly goddamn messing with her when she was 17? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Everybody believe that shit. That's what he like. That's what he like. He like them young girls. But he shouldn't be in there by himself. The parents just as guilty, man. The parents are just fucking as guilty.
Because if they ever have to blackmail him, what they're trying to do now, they can use it against him, which is exactly what they're doing.
Joycelyn, I see you nodding a lot with what she's saying. Why are you nodding in agreement with what she's saying?
Because everything that she's saying is true. Our parents are basically out here just to get money, and
your parents. You're saying the same as saying.
Well, both of our parents are basically out here. They're trying to get money and scam because they didn't agree on what happened. You know, with the music or wherever it could be, and they're just very upset.
This is the first time hearing, to be honest with you, that you're.
Israel was holding it down. She was not giving up R. Kelly, but the fans knew she was a slam dunk case. They got records that her and R. Kelly met when she wasn't of age. They got records that R. Kelly gave her herpes. This was a slam dunk case. If they can get Israel's testimony on top of the records they have, R. Kelly is done. So the feds began to work on a plan to get her to flip. When R. Kelly went to jail, him and Jocelyn, after some time, the other girlfriend, they fell apart. Israel was the main girl, and she was under the perception that she was the only girl. Jocelyn moved out of R. Kelly's house. Israel was the only one in the house. She was under the perception that her and R. Kelly was now in a monogamous relationship. The feds knew this. And the feds also had access to R. Kelly's jail records. So they knew that R. Kelly was cheating on Israel while in prison. But the feds can't just blast the records, because they were hoping you blast the records, let her know R. Kelly is cheating on her. She becomes so hurt that now she wants to retaliate against R. Kelly. But the feds can't just take R. Kelly's paperwork and post it themselves. So the feds began to devise a plan with prison officials to where they can get the information that R. Kelly is cheating on Israel out to the public, so Israel can turn on R. Kelly. So federal correctional officers began to contact Tasha K. Now, Tasha K is my GOAT, so no Tasha K slander will be tolerated in the comment section. Y'all be kind. This is my GOAT. So federal correctional officers began to contact Tasha K, feeding her information about R. Kelly's jail records. They gave her emails. They gave her visitor logs. They gave Tasha K dozens and dozens and dozens of information regarding R. Kelly that are supposed to be inaccessible information. This is not information available to the public and would never be available to the public.
Him to get on live to say that Azrael is not right in R. Kelly? Really? Really? Now, I gave him R. Kelly's jail records. Ask him how he got R. Kelly's jail records. Ask him how I got the emails between Azrael and R. Kelly. So you mean to tell me I don't know what you're talking about? I ain't got no beef with that man at all, okay?
That's Tasha K letting Ezra Clary's father know that she got the jail records of Ezra Clary and R. Kelly emails. Now, Tasha K will go on her show and she would reveal the emails between the other girlfriend, Jocelyn, and R. Kelly.
I got some powerful information for y'all tonight regarding this, okay? You know, I got people up there in Cook County. Shout out to my Cook County winos, okay? They work for the government. Anyway, okay. So remember I told y'all Azrael had left? She's gone.
Motherfucker here.
Azrael is with her pappy. She's with her daddy, okay? Yes, Azrael is gone. But she's still not gone mentally. You know, when you're with somebody that long, she's with this man since she was, and now that he's gone away, you know, she has a lot more time to think. But the other one doesn't have a lot of time to think, because let me tell you, her and R. Kelly be in communication all day. Okay, now right now he ain't got no more minutes on his phone. He can't call her, so they, literally emailing and shit. So let me share some shit with you. Hold on. Okay, these are actual conversations between them. I'm not gonna put it up here because this is considered like somebody's private information or whatever. But my word, trust me. And let me tell you, for those of y'all, I honestly thought that R. Kelly could not read or write. But obviously he can't. Well, no, he can't really read because she's asking him. I'll read it to you. Hold on for a second. Hold on. Let me pull it up. Hold on real quick. Hit the wine glass if y'all having a good time. Hit the goddamn wine glass. I'm not going to read all of them to you because it's really hard to read R. Kelly's part. But let me show you what the dynamic is like and how he's talking to them. But like I said, they don't talk to each other, Joycelyn and Azrael. So for Azrael to find out that he was calling Joycelyn the same names, even though they call him daddy, both of them, but he doesn't talk. It's really, hold on. Okay. All right, so let me get my little glasses on. Hope y'all ready. Exclusive here on Unwind with Tasha K. Robert Sylvester Kelly, 11/11/2019, 7:34:29 p.m. wrote hi, but he spelled hi, H-A-I. How are you? Now he's typing, okay? And then Joycelyn comes back and says, hey, Daddy, I'm doing good. I really need you to call me as soon as possible. He read that.
Oh, now Ezra, who had no intentions on testifying against R. Kelly or cooperating against R. Kelly, goes in a fit of rage as she hears R. Kelly calls his other woman the same nicknames that he calls her. R. Kelly is talking to this woman as if she's the main chick, as if Azrael means nothing to him. Now, Azrael is hearing all of this from the public. So the Fed's mission is complete. They was able to get that information out fast in a hurry. And they was able to enrage Israel. But I don't even think the Feds knew like the level of crash out that Israel was gonna do. So Israel began to go in full crash out mode, bruh. Begin to become R. Kelly's biggest headache and biggest op. She contacted Gayle King back for a second interview to expose R. Kelly and to retract all the nonsense she said in the first interview defending R. Kelly. She went on live crashing out, accusing the girlfriend of being involved with her when she was of an illegal age.
Here, and take everything else. What's yours? What's yours? What you want to take? You can take all this shit for sweats. Here, I'm gonna help you out. Oh, he don't like that. He don't like men. You just told on your own boyfriend. You just told on your own boyfriend.
You like grown men in here. That's disrespectful, Zell. You know that's wrong. You know that's wrong. This is his house. You disrespectful. You're so evil.
I'm not evil, baby. I need to protect myself. I need to protect myself. Joy, you were sleeping with me. It's a fire.
Hey, yo, this what happened. Hey, this what some women do, boy. When they hurt, when they fucking hurt, that's sometimes what that's what they do sometimes, man. That shit that's crazy. That's it. You're like you were like she already got in Gayle King and said she wasn't that wasn't that age. Which she, like I said, which she probably was. But now that it came out that R. Kelly was dealing with other girl, now she coming out saying all this shit right here. It's crazy, man. Like I said, did I think R. Kelly was she that? Like I said, do I think that she was that age? Yes, cause like I said, that video back in the day, hell, that girl looked like she was goddamn our age, man. She looked young as fuck. But the feds trying to kill R. Kelly because of a silver suit, I believe that shit. I believe that shit fully. I believe that shit fully, for real. I believe that shit fully, man. But shit, let me go ahead. I got to get up off this shit, man. Y'all like the screen, share it, subscribe. I appreciate it to my subscribers, man. Thank y'all, man. I'm moving up there. Thank y'all. I appreciate it. I appreciate y'all the most, man. But most definitely, man. Y'all come in here, like the video, man. It's free. That shit don't cost you nothing to like the video. It don't cost you nothing to subscribe. None of that shit. All that shit is free, man. All that shit is free. But Mike Frazier Unfiltered, man. Y'all check me out. Come check out the page. I'll be back on here later. I'm gonna try to come back on here later, man, and with the updates and read some of that shit that happened in trial today with Diddy and Jane Doe, aka I think she's still on the stand. Then Jane Doe, aka 50 Cent baby mama. Y'all know I'm gonna keep saying that shit. I think that shit is hilarious. I think that shit is hilarious with her, cause that's 50 Cent baby mama, man. Now all that shit come together. Why 50 Cent don't like Diddy? Like why they always be fucking beefing all the time? And I never know it was cause of no goddamn female. But now, hey, 9 times out of 10 with two people beefing, 2 men. It's always about a female. Never fails. It never fucking fails, man. You can never not think about that. I would have never thought it was about no female. But shit, that's on me being a nigga. I should have known. Yeah, it's a female. It's a female involved somewhere. Somewhere in that shit is a fucking female involved, man. Female is involved, man. But I hope y'all like this live stream, man. I show y'all a couple of shit. She was like I said, man, I meant to get on this shit last night, but shit, I was a little under the weather. But man, hey, like I'm gonna say it again, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. I really, really appreciate it, man.